Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me and GamerWolfSix of Kingdom Come Deliverance. What happened there? There's quite a bit of blood. On the last Let's Play, we learned to read, and then went to look for Limping Larry or whatever his name is, and found him very much dead. Also, I did check, and apparently, yeah, I guess I should go actually meet the priest tonight, or else he's going to be angry with me for standing up on him or whatever. But first, we'll go pick up the quest here.
Yeah.
Might read a book, though. Yep, come on. Yellow.
Good day to you.
Good day to you. Look at me, I'm a guy who do things.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Light. I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
That's all.
Here's a guy behind you.
Take care now.
Yeah, it is.
God be with you. Any work going here?
Enough for a dozen men. You could take the place of that useless stable hand Vashek for a start.
What happened? Did he do something wrong?
Just found out that he lost our pie.
Lost it where? In his stomach?
No, Pie was our fastest stallion. A lovely dappled one.
Oh. Well, that's bad news. How did Vashek manage to lose him?
He fell, banged his head, and the horse bolted. Can you fathom it? A stable hand falling off a horse. And then Pie took off at a gallop.
Well, I can't take Vashek's job, but I can try to find you a pie.
That would be nice of you. If there's anything you need to know, ask that fool. I was too livid to even speak to him.
Right.
Trade, I guess. No, you do have a book. And I do have money.
Let's talk about the...
Naturally.
Satisfied?
Well, now. Fine.
I'm gonna be so reedy. Hopefully I can vault over a small bit of wood. X. That's what I meant to do. We could go look for pie. Maybe. Yeah, we could do it later, hopefully. I don't think that's a timed quest. I'd prefer to get a little nappy poo in. Because I might need to work hard. I probably shouldn't have come and done the main quest. Because now it's like, shit's timed. Again. Time to read. Can we... Agile like a weasel. We need agility, right? Yeah. Damn. Wait, do I need reading skills or what? I guess we could read Hercules, maybe? You know, reading books makes you stronger. The pen is mightier than the sword and all that. Actually, we should make sure the priest isn't here first. Man, this game has the loading times of The Witcher. When did the priesty guy wants us to come here? Define evening. Well, the marker's right there, so might as well do that. Can I sit? I just read this book and continuously look to my left. Goes that be? 12? Nope, still not here. I mean, the circle must be the thing. It shouldn't be that close of a thing, right? The only else I can think about doing is jumping around a bunch to increase my agility. There he is. Okay, time for some whoring.
Blessings of our Lord be.
And with you, lad.
Cheers!
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out.
We'll get
First,
drunk and
I'd
have
like to hear
sex.
something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
Everyone's dead.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them.
It must have been terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of a church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch Bernard.
A tankard here!
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled
I'm
among
over the
themselves
thing.
and broke off the attack.
I need to see if I should probably move
Judging by
stuff
what's
to
left
right.
of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, Here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious.
Shows my
than others.
bowels, I
Let's
guess.
just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once,
I like the show Father
you'll
Brown.
forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Really?
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
We get drunk.
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
I mean, people
wasn't
lose their
exactly bad.
heads for
what's your
heresy,
priest
so
fucking
I
up?
don't know.
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days, and stories from real life with a nice moral to them are popular as well, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs.
So,
Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
so like modern day church.
This Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Man, it looks like you're getting a bit in the sauce.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
It's weird that he guesses that I can read.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah.
Unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
I wonder if he gets burned in real life.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough.
Legit, Dre.
It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let's keep it light, though. I don't want to, drink too much. I mean, stuff could happen.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do dnie i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sejmoj svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě i kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si huby jako poslední den. Půjdu se vámi, ano ráda stávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu soudnej den. Tak nalej mi hned, až točí se svět. Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
What about the scribe?
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Well, hopefully they're not as good as that one fighty guy.
You looking for a fight?
I wonder why
Henry, back me up.
why there would be a curfew. Is it against rebellion, or is it just to keep people from drinking too much? Yeah, okay. Eh.
Is that all you've got?
Well, hopefully the bailiff won't remember anything.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, don't hurt yourself.
Are we gonna ring her bell?
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. Who can do this? Henry?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
I mean, somebody was ringing that bell prior.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor this.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor this.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
I wonder if Henry's ever fucked before. Oh, he came.
What the fuck are you doing?
Do I meh? We're gonna get some horse fun. Doesn't Mike have meh?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
I don't miss that kind of thing.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fuck it up.
There's been a couple of those nights.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on my head. Oh my God.
I just learned to read yesterday.
My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
It's Sunday.
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh.
Ugh.
How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
There you go. He ain't... Now he's the thing.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
What's hash?
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Yeah, okay. And have some soup. The screen looks a little different, but maybe that's because Sir Henry's drunk. Also, let's move, like, a thing to the other guy. So I can jump a bit and get my agility up. I think it said game saved, right? Why reputation lost?
I thought he'd never show up. The swill dog.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Did you want?
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
I was investigating a murder. Well, actually,
In nomine Patris
lots of murders.
et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
We can go over time if you want. Oh, I want. You don't have much choice in this, I guess. How's it going? Hope you're not pregnant.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who's here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Okay, time to make a good sermon. I look very small. Start with a lengthy sermon.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy, Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts
I can't
on priestly
think it was the
robes?
first or the last one.
We don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a
Who's
fair
talking
and simple
anyways?
man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled
I think that's
with
it all.
righteous wrath.
But man, this would make evangelicals pearl clutch like motherfuckers.
Of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard
Oh, he
in Prague.
drinks more than any of us. So, did we do well? It all seemed good except for maybe one part. Well?
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
That's good.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
I'm gonna go vomit behind the church.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well...
Good things no one's
Lubosh
overhearing
came to me
this.
shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first, they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah.
Over the night, Tim Sue.
Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
I guess we should start on the next main quest so that he doesn't die. Because I think maybe it was before this point or after this point, I went, okay, I'm going to, one sec. I'm going to go do a whole bunch of other things, and by the time I found him, he was very much, well, he wasn't dead. He was mostly dead, though. I think after this quest, we can, maybe do some other stuff. Oh, but we're mostly almost hungover. So, let's see. I need to go all the way down there. Which we can do, but I might go for this quest, too. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it cool, whoa. Then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos to help it cool, whoa. And please remember to spam the new to woo you animals, help control the pet population. And I guess a good fast travel. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Kingdom Come Deliverance. See ya.